Yahoo, minasan! Nihongo no Rikiken gokaku shitai desu ka? So, for everybody's knowledge, there are 3 general sections of the JLPT exam. One is language knowledge, vocabulary. Second is language knowledge, grammar, and reading. Those 2 are always combined. And then the third one is the listening section. So you can refer to this image to estimate how long each section will be. The total test time varies each year, but this is typically what it looks like. So now that we know all of those things, we can now move on to some tips and tricks that I have for each section. Firstly, I do want to talk about the vocabulary, which is the easiest section for most people, and for me. This shouldn't take you too long to answer. In my experience, it only took me about 15 minutes to be able to answer every item. Tip number 1 for vocabulary is you must review your kanji. The test is targeting to confuse you by showing 2 words with similar characters. So that was quite a challenge for me. Secondly, know how a word is used in different contexts. So for one question type, all options might sound correct, but usually there's one best answer, and that will depend on how the word is used context-wise. So be careful with that one. Next is review onomatopoeia. I kind of don't know how to pronounce it in English. Onomatopoeia. Review your onomatopoeia, but don't focus too much on it. Sometimes you feel like you've already memorized enough vocabulary, and then there's just this one onomatopoeia that you've never heard before, and it can be really frustrating. That happened to me. I didn't know what zaza meant, and apparently it's the sound of rain. That was like the trickiest part of my exam 2 years ago. So let's move on to grammar and reading section. This one is gonna be long, so brace yourself. Since it's one of the hardest and draining sections of the exam, especially the reading part, I think this one you would really need to prepare for the most. I recommend the application called Todai, wherein you can answer JLPT reading questions, and then you can also try the practice sheets that JLPT Sensei provides. Additionally, I also used the website called JapaneseTestForYou.com. So it's up to you which resource will work for you the best. So while you're at home, I recommend timing yourself and seeing how you answer the reading part on average, and then subtracting it from 55 minutes, which is usually how long the Bunpo and Dokkai section is going to take. So for example, if you spend 40 minutes reading, then you should only answer the Bunpo part for only 15 minutes. This ensures that you can answer your reading section without worrying too much that your grammar is still blank. So there will be a wall clock for each testing room typically, but if I were you, I want to make sure that I wear a wristwatch like this one. Smartwatches are not allowed. By the way, we are selling some stocks of one of these, so if you want to check it out, then go message me on my Instagram. Let's talk about some tricky question types, and I'll show you how I answer them. There will be one question type in the grammar section that will look like this, and it asks you to arrange the sentence in the correct order, but you should only choose which word is used based on the star's position. So when I encountered this for the first time, it was really confusing for me. But the good thing is you can write scribbles on the questionnaire. So what I did was I filled in the blanks with each number corresponding to how I think the words are arranged, which gives me a clear answer. So for the reading section, I want you to listen carefully. It's so crucial to be able to maximize your time here. You won't be able to finish reading everything because the paragraphs are just too long. So what I did is I read the answers first, then the question, and then the reading material. Doing this immediately gave me an idea on what is being asked and the keywords I should look out for in the given entry. And this is not always the case, but the answer to the first question is typically found in the first paragraph. So does the second question in the second paragraph and the following ones after that. What you want to do is read the first sentence, then the last sentence to give you a general gist of what the paragraph is about, what happened, what do the characters feel, then finally read the middle part to confirm some details. Don't worry, because you can practice reading fast at home. Like I mentioned earlier, there are free resources that you can use, such as JLPT mock tests from JLPT Sensei, Todai, and so on and so forth. I will be linking them in the description box down below. Right, so moving forward is the listening section. So after this part, you can now release a sigh of relief because this will be the very last thing that you have to conquer. Although it's the part wherein you need concentration the most. I suggest to practice this at home without headphones, since if you were to picture the real life exam, you will be with other people in the room. Some people could be sick and coughing, could be clicking with their pens and making noises. It's gonna be very tough on your end. The entire JLPT is basically created to trick you, but you don't have to feel intimidated if you know how to take down notes efficiently. I'm gonna show you how. So using the blank part of your questionnaire, you will write the item number on the left and then the number of items across on top. Leave a corner on the far right for your notes, and while listening to the given scenario, you want to write who the speaker is in the example, who they are talking to, and what is being asked. I prefer to note down the keywords in English because I think quicker when using it. Then, you want to add secondary details. This could be anything that talks about the characters, important dates, times, places, and so on. Then, by using elimination, you will cross the item that's definitely not the correct option, circle for maybe, and then a check if you're sure it's correct. I kid you not, there were so many items wherein I just went for my gut feeling because two of the options sound correct to me and I didn't know which one was the best. Just trust the heart. Overall, as an ending advice, on the day of the exam, make sure to be early, make sure you're wearing a wristwatch, analog, not smart, and then prepare two good quality pencils, preferably not a mechanical pencil. The standard ones they use for exams are Mongol 2B. It also shades very darkly, which is perfect. It can be easily read by the machine. And don't forget an eraser as well. This one is my lucky eraser actually. It was a gift by my sister. And there's another one which I used for the JLPT, a lucky eraser. I just can't find where it is. Help your brain as much as possible, drink water, use the bathroom every break when you can. So they do allow you to bring snacks, but make sure to also eat breakfast. There you have it. I wish you all the best. Don't try to push reviewing further, that could cost you sleep and mental alertness for the exam. Trust me, you already know enough. It's just your nervous system acting and feeling like you have to study harder. じゃあ見てくれてありがとうございます。頑張ってね。じゃあね、バイバイ。皆さん、日本語能力試験合格したいんですか？ちょっと音聞こえる。
皆さんこんにちは。私はね、サチのサチの生徒です。シエです。よろしくお願いします。
こちらの方は生徒さんです。
はい。
私の家族ではないけど生徒です。私は先生です。
はい。
はい。
バイバイ。
バイバイ。
また明日ね。
Come again tomorrow. また来てね。
また来てね。